Questions 11 through 20 on the 2002 Grade 7 Gauss Math Contest. After running 25% of a race, Giselle has run 50 meters. How long was the race? So if we draw a straight line like this, and she's done 25% of the race, so this is her start, this is her finish, this is approximately halfway, this is a quarter. She's basically done this much, which is 50 meters. So if that's 25%, then basically this is 50, this is 50, and that's 50. So the total is 50 times 4, which is 200 meters. And therefore 11 is C. Kadama is 6 years older than Jack. Jack is 3 years younger than Doug. If Kadama is 19 years old, how old is Doug? So we've got our first relationship as Kadama is 6 years older than Jack, like that. And then Jack is 3 years younger than Doug. And they tell you that Kadama is 19. So that means 19 is equal to J plus 6. And if you solve for J, you'll get J is equal to 13. And then now we can plug it back into here. So 13 is equal to D minus 3. And therefore D is equal to 16. So Doug is 16, and therefore 12, the answer is B. A palindrome is a positive integer whose digits are the same read forwards and backwards. For example, 2002 is a palindrome. What is the smallest number which can be added to 2002 to produce a larger palindrome? So 2002 is a palindrome. The next one in order is going to be 2112. Read backwards and forwards, it's the same. So we had to add something to 2002 to get 2112. So you can just subtract them to figure out what we had added. So 2112 minus 2002 is 110. So that is the number that we need to add to 2002 to produce a larger palindrome. So the answer to number 13 is B. The first 6 letters of the alphabet are assigned values A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, D equals 4, E equals 5, and F is equal to 6. The value of a word equals the sum of the values of its letters. For example, the value of B, E, E, F is 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6, which equals 18. Which of the following words has the greatest value? So let's figure out the value of each of these. We've got, well, this one they already give you, 2, 5, 5, 6 is 18. Using basically these numbers as the value of each letter. FADE will be 6 plus 1 plus 4 plus 5, and that is 16. FEED will be 6 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4, which is 20. FACE will be 6 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5, which is 15. And DEAF will be 4 plus 5 plus 1 plus 6, which is 16. So the word with the greatest value is FEED, feed. So number 14, the answer is C. In the diagram, AC is 4, BC is 3, and BD is 10. The area of the shaded region is. So if this whole thing is 10, and from here to here is 3, that means from here to here is 7. And since this is a right triangle, we can figure out the area with 1/2 base times height. The base is 7, the height is 4. So this looks like 28 over 2, and that is equal to 14. So number 15, the answer is A. In the following equations, the letters A, B, C represent different numbers. The numerical value of A plus B plus C is. So A to the power 3 is 1 plus 7. So A to the power 3 is equal to 8. and therefore A is 2, right? Now let's go for the next one. 3 to the power of 3 is 1 plus 7 plus B. So 3 to the power of 3 is 27 equals 8 plus B, and therefore B is equal to 19. And then 4 to the power of 3 is equal to 1 plus 7 plus C. 4 to the power of 3 is 64, which is equal to 8 plus C. And therefore C is equal to 56. So we have all three values. Now we want A plus B plus C. A plus B plus C is 2 plus 19 plus 56, and that is equal to 77. So number 16, the answer is D. In the diagram, the value of Z is, so the sum of all the angles in a triangle always add up to 180. So that means 2x plus 3x plus x is 180 degrees. So this is 6x is 180, and therefore x is 180 over 6, and therefore x is equal to 30. So this is equal to 30 degrees. Now we know all the angles about a line are equal to 180. So that basically means that x plus z is equal to 180. X we figured out was 30, so we have 30 plus z is 180, and therefore z is equal to 150. So number 17 is A. A perfect number is an integer that is equal to the sum of all its positive divisors except itself. For example, 28 is a perfect number because 28 equals 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 14. Which of the following is a perfect number? So let's list all these numbers, and then we will list all the divisors, and then let's see if those match up, if the sum of the divisors equals the number. So the divisors of 10 are 1, 2, and 5, right? And 10, but they're not including the number itself. So the sum of the divisors is 8. Does the number equal the sum of the divisors? And this is no. Okay, so let's keep going. 13, the divisor, well, 13 is a prime, so it's just 1. So therefore the sum is 1. So 1 is not equal to 13, so that's gone. 6, we have 1, 2, and 3 as divisors. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. So therefore the sum is equal to the number. So number 18, the answer is C. Subesha wrote down Davina's phone number in her math binder. Later that day, while correcting her homework, Subesha accidentally erased the last 2 digits of the phone number, leaving 893-44 underline. Subesha tries to call Davina by dialing phone number starting with 893-44. What is the least number of phone calls that she has to make to be guaranteed to reach Davina's house? So 89344, and we don't know the last 2. Now, in a phone number, the digits can be anywhere from 1 all the way up to 9, correct? So how many digits are there as choices? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So for each of these, we have 10 possible choices. 10 possible choices for that number and 10 possible for that. So 10 times 10 is how many different combinations we have. So that's how many different numbers she's going to have to dial. So number 19, the answer is A. The word stop starts in the position shown in the diagram to the right, and it is rotated 180 degrees clockwise about the origin, and this result is then reflected in the x-axis. Which of the following represents the final image? So the very first thing that happens is that you are going to rotate this 180 degrees. Okay, so I hope you can visualize that. I'll draw a little diagram here. So first we'll just do the first maneuver. So we've got S, T, O, P like that. and you're rotating it 180 degrees. So initially it comes here, STOP, that's 90 degrees, right? And then eventually it will be at the top, but it will be upside down, so it'll be STO and P, like that, okay? 180 degrees. Now I will draw the diagram again. And we are now starting with this STOP, like that. And at this point, we're going to reflect it in the x-axis, like it's a mirror. So that means the S will come down here. Like that. The T will come down here, like that. The O will be here, and the P, be careful, you got to draw the P like a reflection. So it's going to look like this. All right? Exactly like you would in a mirror. So of the answer choices, which one is like that? Let's see here. Don't choose the wrong one. E, this one here. Correct? A is totally wrong because it's in the wrong part of the graph. B is probably what a lot of students choose because they didn't reflect the P properly. C is also something that they would choose because they didn't reflect the P properly. D is completely wrong because S is not going to be on that side. So the P is the key here. This letter, reflecting it properly, I guess, was the key to the question. And also I noticed like the S is also, it's hard to see, but look at the way the S is written. It's different. It's a reflection, right? So it's not going to look exactly like an S. It's going to look obviously like its reflection. So number 20, the answer is E.